Hi friends, I am Shravana and welcome back to Sparkling Future. Before starting with today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. Thank you. Friends, in the series of data structures and algorithm videos, let's learn prepend method today. What is a prepend method? Means it is to add a new node at the beginning of a linked list. Okay. Now let's take if this is a node, right? I mean this is the linked list that we are talking about. Now we will add a node at the beginning of this. Okay, it will be like this. So adding a node at the beginning of the linked list. So what it takes to add a new node at the beginning of a linked list? We have to have this head method, right? Whatever this head method, I mean head pointer is there, it should move to the newly created node, and that new node's next pointer should point to the already wherever head was there to that location. These two steps we have to consider. What are those two steps? First one is having that next pointer to the head node and then moving that head node from this already existing node, right, from this node to the newly added node. Correct? These two steps we have to consider while writing the prepend method, means adding a new node at the beginning of the linked list. Okay. Now again, when we think about the cases, right, like what are the cases we have to implement as part of this creating the class, right? So now whatever we have seen here is a big list. Let's consider we have a full-fledged list with a lot of elements. Then this is how we will do. Now let's say there is an empty list. Okay, because in the last video we have seen having a single element, right? So single or multiple, it doesn't matter for us, because if it's a single element also we will have the head pointed to that particular node. So the same two operations we have to perform on that the single element list. So that's why that case is eliminated here, because anyway that will be included and similar to whatever we do in this big list. And the second possibility is when there is an empty list. Okay, empty linked list I mean to say. Now when there is an empty linked list, head and none will be pointing to none. So when you are adding a new node, what we have to do? We have to point head to this node and next of this new node to none. These two operations we have to perform here. And also tail also should be pointing to this newly created node. Correct? Is it clear? Now let's code the scenario. Okay, so as I was mentioning, just Google search for Python online compiler and just pick up whatever randomly, whatever you like it. I picked up the first search result, and yesterday we have written the code for pop, right? In the previous video we have written the code for pop. I am just continuing using the same code because here we have this linked list class and node class already defined. Okay, so how to write this, what are all these, why are we writing these constructors and all, we already explained in the previous DSA videos. Please go through that. Okay, now today let's write the prepend method. Okay, and we should have the data here, because we need to we have to have the value of the node. Correct? What value we are going to insert at the beginning of the linked list. That's why we have to pass the data as input to this prepend node. And when you are adding something, first we have to have that new node to be created. So we'll say new node equal to, then here we have the node class already defined. Correct? So we will call this class so that our node will be created with the data and next as none, the pointer as none here. Okay, so this is how we will create a new node. So here we are saying node of self dot data. Okay, so I mean yeah, here anyway no need of self dot data. We can pass this data here, whatever it whatever data that we have it here, right? The same thing we will pass it to this node. Okay, now as we discussed, right, we have two different possibilities. One is if the if we have an empty linked list. Correct? So how we can do, if self dot length equal to 0, which means that there is no element present in the linked list. That time what we have to do, we have to assign this. So when there is no element found, what we have to do means we have to have these two head and tail pointers to be pointed to the new node. Okay. Now we are checking if the length is 0, means it's an empty linked list. Then self dot head equal to new node and self dot tail equal to new node. This way we are assigning head and tail to the newly created node. Okay. Now let's take the else pointer, means if it's not empty. One is empty, this is empty, we are checking. If not empty means already if any elements are present in the linked list, then we have to do like new node dot next. Okay, that we have to point to the self dot head. Correct. So we have seen here what are the two steps that we have to take. This new nodes next to point to this self dot head, and self dot head should move to the new node. Those two steps we have to add. So now self dot head equal to new node. That's how we can move the pointers, and then we have to increment the length by 1. Correct. Okay, then we'll just return true in case of everything fine. Now I have created a my list with a linked list of 10, 20 are there. I am commenting this pop method here, and let's run without the prepend. Okay, first how to see how it will look like. So it is 10, 20 and none. This is the existing linked list that we have. Now let's create, let's call this prepend method. Prepend method with 5. The element, the whatever we are sending here is the element, which is the data, is the value of the element. Okay, now we are calling this prepend method with 5 value. So now what it will do is it should prepend that 5 before this 10. Okay, now let's run this code. Now you can see, right, 5 and then 10, 20 and none are the existing linked list values. So this is how we can write this prepend method. Okay, now if you see here what operations we did, we just moved around this pointers and we did not iterate through any of this linked list. Correct. That's why the time complexity of this particular prepend operation is order of 1, means there is nothing like not n operations need to be performed, with only single operations we are able to solve this problem. So the big O notation, as per big O notation, the time complexity of this particular prepend operation is order of 1. Okay, hope this is useful to you friends. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting learnings. Thank you.